Okay, so hello everyone. I hope you all are doing great and staying safe and healthy. It's Sunday evening and we are back again with an expert session with Saurav Raghuvanshi. This is Lakshit Pant, your host for today, and I'm DevRel engineer at Reskill and I'm working with Azure Developer Community as a community relations manager. So today we are having our expert speaker Saurav Raghuvanshi who is going to talk about CI/CD pipeline with Azure. And so basically, so Saurav is doing an incredible job in Cloud Board, and he's also a upcoming software support engineer at Microsoft. So over to you, Saurav.
Thank you, Lakshit. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, let me share my screen. Let me know once my screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, it's visible. It's visible to
Hello.
us.
Okay. So, hello everyone. So first of all, before starting to the session, let's discuss that like how the complete flow is going to be. So first, we will discussing about why DevOps. There is a lot of technologies that is already available there. So why one like you should go and choose DevOps as a technology to practice. And once you choose the DevOps, how Azure can help you in your journey. So this is what the main agenda. And once we will move forward, we will take like I will walk you through the CI/CD pipeline, how it works, and later we will do the demo. And at the end, by the end of the session, you can able to have understanding of CI/CD pipeline, how it works, and how to create a CI/CD pipeline from scratch. So this is the overall agenda of the session. So let's just start. So this is about me. So Lakshit has already introduced me, so I don't think so it is quite important. So let's come to the next slide. So the first question that is quite common is what is DevOps? Like today, there is a lot of technologies available out there. So one, like there is a lot of people who will be joining today, maybe a student or a professional who wanted to start their career in DevOps. So what should be the reason to choose DevOps? So I used to see a lot of people talking about DevOps. They used to just talk about the methodology of the DevOps, like DevOps as a tool. But how the company has adopted DevOps is by seeing it a culture. DevOps is just not a tool; it is a culture that company wanted to adopt. So if a company is saying that I use DevOps, that doesn't mean that the company has only the CI/CD or a continuous integration and continuous delivery of the product. The company talk about the collaboration, the company talk about the people, the company talk about the user feedback and the continuous evolution of the process. So this is what DevOps is. And this is the reason why companies are now adopting DevOps, because they at the same time they can able to provide the flexibility of the DevOps and also the culture what we talk about. And today, like acquiring any candidate or professional is very tough in this world. So to acquire professionals, company need this type of things by which they can able to save their employees of not going to any other company. So that is the main reason of adoption of DevOps, apart from its like a product point of view. So the product point of view, we are definitely going to discuss in the further slides. So I really wanted to put this point because a lot of people used to miss it, that DevOps is just a tool or a methodology. But more importantly, DevOps should be taken as a complete package where the developer and the operations comes together and work on a particular product by the collaborations. This is what DevOps means. So coming to the next slide. So okay, let's say I totally understand I have to adopt the DevOps, but how can DevOps help any company or anything? So that's the biggest question that anyone can have. So here is the answer. You can able to see this in the slide itself, that not only it increase the the time to market of the product. Like today, the everyday technology is changing, so company want that the change should be go into the production very fast. There is no very legacy way of like product development where everything go from again from scratch to the development, like the way we have on waterfall model or any other model. So that was the main reason of like adoption of the DevOps. DevOps also provide you 46% deployment frequency, 46x, like it's 40x time deployment frequency. It can save a lot of time, it can save a lot of money, and it can save faster mean time to recover. Like let's say there is some changes that you have done on the code, and because of that the like your complete application goes down, you can easily able to revert back to your previous version of the code in couple of seconds. So this is what and like in earlier before DevOps, it used to take a lot of time to do this part. So DevOps has made these things very easy, very helpful for the people. So it has the complete package of whether it is important in terms of time, faster time to market, whether it's about the deployment frequency, how easily we can able to deploy our product, how much easy it is to take the product into the market, or when in case of any fault or error, how can we can able to overcome the situation. So these all things can be managed, completely managed by the DevOps. So DevOps provide you with a complete solution of these problems. So at a time, DevOps can cover you, like provide you a lot of things, like whether in terms of increasing the revenue. Let's say if you're working in a company and there is some changes that is happening. Let's say if to adopt the particular change, your company follow some legacy application or legacy methodology, it is going to take them for years, or like let's say 3 months, 4 months to adopt the new changes that is coming. So here DevOps can help you. Let's say what happens like 2 years back, there is situation happens that everything goes into virtual world, and the company who don't have such type of infrastructure or such type of facilities, the companies get collapsed. But the company who has this thing to evolve, to come up with the changes, to follow these things, they can able to come up with a great revenue. And we can able to see that in the year 2022 there is a bulk hiring going on across India. So we can able to see that this was only possible because the way companies adopting the DevOps. So which is very essential skills nowadays, to have a DevOps as a skill to you in your tech stack. So this is the reason why companies are moving towards the DevOps. Coming to the next slide. So okay, I totally understand that I have to adopt the DevOps, but why Microsoft? There is a lot of tons of cloud provider available, or people used to say that okay, I can provide the DevOps or better facilities and everything, so why I can choose a DevOps? That is a common question that you can have, and I also have this question when I started working on a DevOps. So the first thing is flexibility. Microsoft provide you the flexibility that you can able to bring any type of application into the DevOps culture, whether it's IaaS, whether it's PaaS, whether it's a hybrid cloud application, whether you are wanted to deploy your application on containers, microservices, serverless, or you want to just lift and shift your complete on-prem application to a DevOps culture. Microsoft provide you solution with everything. That is a cool thing. So that was the reason Microsoft is quite, Azure is quite moving forward in DevOps culture, and people are choosing Microsoft for the DevOps based application or cloud based application. That is the main reason, the flexibility it provides, how much powerful it is. We know that like Microsoft has a lot of products, and inside their product they must follow the DevOps culture because of the giant, because Microsoft is a tech giant in particular domain, whether it's O365 cloud or these things. So Microsoft already have such type of culture or such type of product which work on DevOps. Because of that reason only they can able to provide such powerful platform to our end user also. That is the main reason people are adopting Microsoft Azure for their DevOps based application. Third thing is open. So like every time happens that let's say I have a legacy application into that is running on my on-prem system. Today I want to move it to cloud, or today I want to move it to DevOps. The first problem is whether the application is going to be compatible or not, whether the language that I have written the code, whether that is going to be flexible or not. So Microsoft take care of these things. They provide you the flexibility of choosing any platform, any runtime stack. So this type of flexibility you are provided with. Even Microsoft support multi-cloud and hybrid cloud architecture, where you can able to deploy multiple things in multiple cloud provider also, which is very great because the companies are now adopting the hybrid based cloud. So that is a great thing to have. Like, let's say if the company is providing you with the openness to choose any cloud provider for a particular thing, they are not going to like restrict you. No, like if you're going to come to the DevOps for Microsoft Azure, all the services you have to choose only for DevOps, only from Azure only. Later I will show you in the demo itself, like you can able to choose multiple things, multiple open source services also, while creating your complete DevOps based application. So that is a quite a great thing. So coming to the next slide, this is also okay. So let's say I choose Microsoft. I understand that I have to choose DevOps. Then I also understand that why I should go for Microsoft Azure. The third question that comes is, okay, what is the technology that comes under the DevOps? Like what all I need to understand while coming to DevOps approach or DevOps culture by it, to adopt that part. So the first thing is continuous integration. So it is it is called as the pillar of DevOps, continuous integration, because continuous integration help to improve the speed, quality and the speed of the delivery of the product. So like let's say I can just make the change in the code and the complete process I can able to automate using continuous integration. That okay, all the build, all the pipeline, the complete code, like just by clicking on commit, all the changes happen and all the changes get deployed on the application. So that type of flexibility is provided by in continuous integration part. So to cover this part, Microsoft Azure has a service Azure Pipeline, which is like we are going to focus more of the part in this session. So to do the continuous integration, you can also use Jenkins, which is open source platform for same thing that what Azure Pipeline do. But Azure Pipeline provides you with a lot of integration and a lot of flexibility that you can't able to get on Jenkins. So that type of flexibility you can able to get on continuous integration with Azure Pipeline. So this is what we're going to discuss, and this is what the topic of the session is. The second thing comes into the picture is continuous deployment. Okay, let's say I make the changes and the changes are going to the servers, whether the change is going to be deployed on the server or not, or I have to go and do all this thing manually. So no, you don't have to do it. Like we have the solution for this continuous deployment that is supported by Azure itself, that is going to take your code, whatever the changes that you have done, and deploy it on the server, so that you don't have to care about anything. You just do your coding, you do your application development, and we will do your complete deployment, complete management, everything for your application. So this type of thing you can able to get from Azure DevOps. Third thing that comes into the picture is continuous learning and monitoring. So the biggest thing that you can able to get using Azure DevOps is like, in case of some error or some problem happened with your application and your application goes down. So that is the problem that used to happen with the open source applications. Sometimes they can't able to provide you the monitoring services, but Azure has some great monitoring services, let's say Application Insight, Log Analytics, that can help you with monitoring your application and also help you to continuously evolve with the application. The way companies are changing, the way IT culture are changing, you can able to adopt through the process itself. So this is what Azure DevOps support. So the next question that comes into the mind of anyone, like, can able to commit, like, okay, I understand that I need to understand CI/CD, I need to understand Azure, I choose a DevOps culture. So what are the services that Azure provide when it comes to Azure DevOps? So we will start with Azure boards. So what Azure board is do, like if some people like you guys have ever used like worked in any company, a lot of companies used to do the Jira. So it is an alternative of Jira, because like Microsoft wanted to provide you the complete solution, complete project management, so that Jira is the place where you can able to manage your complete project, from initializing the project to taking it to the text environment, or taking it to the deployment phase, taking it to the complete cycle of what we call the software development. That can be managed through Azure boards only. Like the task assignment, the complete team management is also done through the Azure board only. The second and very important service that comes into the picture is Azure Pipeline. So Azure Pipeline is the service that is going to do the continuous integration and continuous deployment of your application. So Azure Pipeline support two type of pipelines. One is build pipeline, where you can able to do the continuous integration part and monitoring. There is release pipeline. We will see into the demo part of that, like how both work. So that do the deployment part of that. So this is all about Azure Pipeline, which is a part like which used to manage the CI/CD of the application. The third thing that comes is Azure repos. So basically, you can understand Azure repo as a private repository for your Git based solution. So basically, it is an alternative of DevOps. GitHub. Like let's say you want to create a private repository and make it easy to manage, so you can able to do the deployment of your complete code or storage of complete code on Azure repos. Even you can use GitHub, Bitbucket, anything. Like Azure provide you the flexibility to choose any platform, but yeah, it has the solution. If you want, you can choose it. So we will show you like why you can go for Azure Azure repos, so that because it provides you a lot of flexibility. We will be seeing this into the demo part. The next service that comes into the picture is Azure Test Plan, which is it is a complete combination of monitoring and the testing tool that Azure DevOps provides. So you can able to get the complete insight from your application just by this service itself. So it will provide a complete monitoring services. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can able to do complete monitoring, whether the application is deployed or not, whether the changes that we have made that is get into the deployment or not, how much percent of deployment is succeed and how much percent of deployment is failed. And if some deployment is failed, so what is the reason behind that? You can able to get complete insight from Azure Test Plan only. The next service that comes into the picture is Azure Artifacts. It is basically the package. Like whether whenever you used to deploy your application, you used to see that we used to deploy NuGet or any package for application deployment. So at that place only, Azure Artifact is the place where you can able to store your repository that you can able to like call multiple times. Like we all in like use in our college, like we use C language or any C++ language. We used to like bring some library, right? Call some library. So this is the same way. Like in terms of DevOps, Azure Artifacts provide you a solution to bring the package into your code. To let's say there is some particular code which is used in all the application or multiple application, you can just create a package of that and store it on Azure Artifact, and you can able to call it whenever you need. So that type of flexibility you can able to get from Azure Artifacts. So this is the complete package, complete solution that Azure provide in terms of Azure DevOps. With all these 5 services, you can able to manage all your application, all your product in a seamless manner. And you can able to automate most of your tasks that I will be showing you, that how you can able to deploy and manage the complete artifacts, complete product using the CI/CD itself. You can able to see that in the demo itself. Coming to the next, so here like we are explaining a little bit in depth about Azure Board. So yeah, it is the place where you can able to connect the idea to release. Like whatever the idea comes into you as a team or a complete, like you as a member or complete team, you can able to manage the complete idea, whether that can be integration is possible or not, management is possible or not. You can able to do that from Azure DevOps, Azure Board itself. So you can manage the team, you can manage your life cycle of your product. The complete thing can be done using Azure Boards. The next service that we have is Azure Pipeline. I already told you about this. So from here, you can able to see that what all the language that Azure's Pipeline supported, including Node.js, Python, Java, PHP, Ruby, C++, .NET, and Android, iOS app, anything. Like, and even like if there is something that is not covered in the services, you can able to create the YAML file and able to install that type of applications also. Even if you want to deploy your application in multiple cloud provider, whether it's AWS or GCP or on-premises application, you can able to do using Azure Pipeline itself. So you don't have to think that, okay, if I have to use Azure Pipeline, so I have to deploy my application on Azure only. You can able to deploy on other cloud provider also based upon your need or your requirement. So Azure Pipeline provide you a lot of extensions to help you into the process. The third thing is like it support container and Kubernetes type of applications also. So you can able to do that part also. You can, it is open source, like it can be integrated with open source, whether it come to GitHub, Bitbucket, or any type of repository. You can able to create your build from taking the code from any open source provider also. So that is very great thing to provide the openness, to provide the hybrid cloud nature to the product. Coming to the Azure repos, so here you can just understand it is as a storage where your complete code or whatever the application is going to be stored, and you can manage using source code, so source controller. So this provide you with the complete solution for the source control and in Azure. So this is all about Azure repos. Coming to the next, what is Azure test plan? So as I said, from the graph itself, you can able to see like it can provide you a lot of insight about your application, what type of like application is deployed, whether some application get like where the release pipeline is succeed or failed. You can able to get all these data just by seeing by seeing the test plan, by the seeing the chart and everything. You can able to predict, okay, whether your deployment is going good or not. So you can able to manage the complete application here only. Coming to the Azure artifacts, yeah, here you can able to get some packages that is already available created by someone else, like with it include npm package, NuGet package, or even you can add your package also that you can able to share with other people also. That let's say some people like you have created some type of solution that can be used by other also, you can able to do it. We will be creating our artifact also for in this demo itself. So you will be seeing this part. Now coming to the main topic that we have, the pipeline in DevOps. So what the complete pipeline can able to do. So I can, like as I said, there is two type of pipeline. One is build, where you can able to like build your code and like do the CI part as well as the testing part. And then there is second that can be done using your release pipeline. So Azure divided into two parts. So you can able to manage the complete flow, like from code changes to the deployment of a product through Azure pipeline itself. Like the complete solution, all the middleware things is got vanished. You don't have to think about anything. You just make the changes in your code and the code is going to be deployed on the server. This type of flexibility, this type of solution Azure DevOps can able to provide you. And you can able to understand why, now you can able to understand why companies are adopting DevOps. You can able to say how much hassle get lost. Like today we can able to say, okay, like maybe we are creating a demo app, it is easier. Let's say think about the companies who have like millions of user and such type of application. This automation can be done. It can save a lot of time. It can like help us because like if the task will be manual, there will be chance of errors. So it will reduce the chance of error also. It will improve the infrastructure management. It will improve cost. It will reduce the mean time to delivery of your application. It can able to do a lot of things using pipeline itself. So you can able to read it from the points here also. So this is the complete solution that Azure pipeline can able to provide you. So yeah, this is what I described you. So Azure pipeline is a cloud service that can use to automatically build and test your code, and you can able to see that it support multiple language, whether it's Python, Java, Ruby, PHP, C#, Go, and many other languages also. So you can able to choose any language based upon the language that you are comfortable with. So you can able to do that part. Coming to the next, like you can able to choose for the deployment purpose. You can able to choose any other cloud provider also apart from Azure. You can use AWS, Google, or you can able to use anything. So that is a good thing. Also, you can in terms of deployment, you can able to choose whether your application is going to be deployed on Windows or Linux or Mac OS machine. So that type of flexibility is also provided. So, and also pipeline support GitHub. Pipeline also support Bitbucket, other type of source control also. So it work with all the open source like products also. So which is a very additional point that Azure pipeline should can able to provide you. Let's say there is some company that used to say that, okay, like if like cost is also a factor, right? So some company used to say that, okay, for the things that we can able to use some open source services, we are not going to use cloud for that thing. So definitely for that purpose also, like Microsoft used to care about that perspective also of the people. So they provide you a solution that, okay, you can able to choose your open source so that you have the complete ownership, complete management of your product. So that type of flexibility is also provided to you. So here is how the pipeline works. So basically what happens, that whenever we have to create set a trigger into our application. So trigger is basically just like, let's say I made some change in the code and I just committed it. So just by committing the code, we can able to say that once the code will be commit, you have to trigger the pipeline. So pipeline have multiple stages. Multiple stages has the job. Job will be the set of steps, like what all the things that each job have to do, and then you can able to publish your code. So it will be consist of multiple tasks inside that. So this is the complete flow of how the pipeline work. It start with the trigger, and trigger will create a pipeline. Pipeline have different stages. The stages is consist of different jobs, and there will be the agent. Agent will be like, let's say new get or anything that you are using in your application that can be used to run the job. So there can be a dependent job also. Let's say there is some job running that after completion of that job only the second job can run. So that type of flexibility you can also able to manage on Azure pipeline itself. So you can able to get the complete solution of your pipeline itself. So which is very great thing, and additional things also. So that's a very great point. Okay, so now it's the time for the demo where you can able to understand how the complete DevOps, or I can say complete CI/CD works. So let me switch my screen so that we can able to work on that part, like the DevOps itself. So here is one good thing about Azure itself is that for the DevOps, like for all the services, you can able to see Azure provided on their Azure platform itself. But for the DevOps, they have provided the complete set of solution in a different platform. You can able to see the link is different, dev.azure.com. And this is the portal, Azure portal.azure.com. So they provide the complete different solution for DevOps so that the management of DevOps bit services should be easier. So that type of flexibility you can able to get. So let's start with the scratch. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start my Visual Studio. I'm going to create a new project. And for the application, I'm going to choose ASP.NET Core Web App. Here I will give the name. Okay, so the name is given. The framework that I'm using is .NET. So yeah, I'm going to use Windows for the deployment. So here we don't have to do much. So okay, let the application code get created. Till then, we will look to the Azure DevOps portal itself. So okay, here is the complete DevOps solution that I told you, whether it's including from board or whether it's about repo, whether it's about pipeline or it's test plan, the complete and its artifacts. The complete solution is available here. So and here also as I said, you can able to see that okay, some data that is available for last couple of days. So in my data, you can able to see that 73% of the build are succeed. So as I said, like Azure help you in the situation where some problem occurred, and that is worst situation for any companies. Let's say any big companies are working and some build get failed, or let's say we used to see that like some type of release comes and there is some bug. So how the company roll back at that type of situations, the Azure has a great solution. You can able to manage your complete end-to-end product management. Even you can able to roll back into your previous application very easily. So that type of flexibility you can able to get from using Azure DevOps. Till then, I guess the application is available here. So let me just push it to the push it to the DevOps or DevOps solution so that we can able to take it forward. Click on create Git repository. Inside that, like you can able to see that this is type of flexibility is also available for like other cloud provider. You have to like you will be get tough to find whether you can able to directly integrate with DevOps or not. But here it is very easily. You can able to push the code on DevOps on GitHub, or you can able to directly push on DevOps also. So here is my account. Let it load the organization also. So it can able to load everything because yeah, Now you can able to see it loaded the the organization of my application, also the project, and it create a repository, web app Saurav. Let's say give some unique also, Saurav 20, okay, and just push it. I guess, yeah. Let me do the commit, added the base code. Okay, let me see whether the available or not. Go to the repo. Yeah, you can able to see that it is available. Web app sort of 20, right? So you can able to see that the code is now available. So basically it's just a basic page. What it do is, let me show the code also. It will going to print welcome. This is what the whole application is going to do. But from this you can able to understand how the complete DevOps, like how we can automate the process, and you can able to see the things. So by this demo app itself, let me go to the pipeline now, so that we can able to create the pipeline. There are some earlier pipeline that I have. Now I'm going to create a new pipeline. So here you can able to understand that we are going to create a build pipeline. Like as I said, Microsoft support all the open source source control also. So you can able to choose Bitbucket, GitHub, subversions also. But for this demo, we are going to use Azure repo itself. Here we have, it will show you all the available repository that we have created. So we have this web app Saurav 200. Now here we have to choose the framework on which we are going to deploy our application. So we have a .NET application. So I'm going to choose ASP.NET Core. So basically here is the YAML. Here is the core of everything where all the automation is happening. So what is this? The trigger, the first part you can able to see the trigger. Here it create a, if there is any change in the master branch, it is going to create a trigger. And as you've seen in the slide itself, once the trigger is going to be created, it is going to create a new pipeline release. Okay, so this is what the trigger is going to create. The next is pool. So our application is going to be installed on Windows latest. Then these are some variable, everything. Here is the build task. Here is the test. So we are not going to work on test for now. So I'm just going to delete the test part and I'm going to save and run. This is just a commit message. I'm just going to commit the changes so that the build pipe will get initiated. Now you can able to see the build is getting created. So here is the build that is going to be created. You can able to you can able to understand like in the background what is doing. It is going to create a virtual machine that is running Windows server. At the same time, it is going to install the job in that, which is the NuGet. You can able to say that NuGet is getting installed. After the NuGet is going to install, it is going to create the build process. So the complete process of creating the application, creating the server, on top of the server, installing all the functionality of running the application and everything, all the things is getting automated here. Everything is done. You don't have to care about, okay, what all the services I need to install, what all the command I need to run on after launching the server. So you don't have to think about it. All the things are going to be managed by your pipeline itself. And here you can able to see that the finished job is succeeded. Okay, so just go on back and you can able to see that the job is succeed, right? You can able to see it is succeeded, right? So you can able to see that now the complete pipeline is got managed. So the next thing is what we're going to do is how to deploy the application. So I'm going to create a web app in Azure. So let me go there, create a new services. In that, below there will be a web app. I'm going to just click on create. I'm going to create a new resource group, test app. Or a web app is my app name. I'm going to use .NET 6. That is what I use for my application itself. For the reason, I'm going to select India. I'm going to go on next for the deployment. On the networking, there is nothing need to be changed. In the monitoring, I'm going to turn off application insight because we are not going to see the logs now. So we can just turn it off. It will fast forward the process. Let the validation goes, and now the deployment is going on. So just leave it here. Let me just go to the pipeline. Now what we want to do, we want to create in this pipeline itself, what we want to do, we want to launch the artifact, right? Because we want to create this pipeline as a package, the application that is deployed, so that we can use it for the deployment of our application. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search for artifact. Yeah, publish build artifact. I'm going to, yeah. So I'm not going to give any input in that. So I'm just going to create a artifact now. I'm just going to click on save, so that this artifact going to be create once again the pipeline is going to run. So it is automatically going to run the pipeline. Let me run manually also, so that there will be no error. Okay, so now the artifact is going to be run. Now we are going to create a release pipeline. Okay, so as you know that, like, we have to deploy this application, right? Let me see. Till then the application is now available. So I'm just going to open the application, web app. I'm just going to copy the URL and see whether the demo app is there or not. So this is the pre-built page that is already available on Microsoft Azure. So this is already here. So let me just go down. Let me create the pipeline. For the pipeline, what we are going to do, we are going to, for the deployment, we are going to deploy it on app service, right? The app that we have created. So we have to select Azure app service deployment. Click on Azure app service deployment, and okay, give it a name, QA1. Okay, task is created. Okay, let me add the artifact. In the artifact, what we did, we are going to, like, even you can add the artifact from other provider also, let's say Azure repos or Git or anything. But what we are going to add as our artifact is the build that we have run. So that build is like, it is there in our source code itself. So let me just click on that and select. So this is the one that we have recently created, right? Web app sort of 20. Just add it, and now you can able to see. Just click on this. Yeah, so here we have to see the, do some attention and check on whether the deployment is, like, we have to put a lot of details here. Some details are missing, like where the application is going to be deployed, so that we need to do that. So in this, in subscription, we have to select our Azure subscription. So I select mine. In the app service, I have to choose the app service that I have recently created. Yeah, so this is the app that you know that this is the app that I have created, right? So I can just choose it. I can click on save, and now the task is mainly done. So the deployment is proceeds. Deployment is there. So let me just go on to the app. release. Okay, so just do the release now. Just see whether the pipeline is deployed or not. So here, okay, so you can see after changing the artifact, the pipeline is deployed, right? So now go on release. So click on release 1. You can able to see the deployment is processing. Deployment is already started. So we have to wait till the deployment is proceed. So what is happening? Like the code that we have deployed on our repository, it is taking the complete build from artifact, the artifact that we have, and it is going to install on the web app that we have here on Azure app, the web app. The complete code is going to be deployed on this application only. So this is the complete process that is going to be happening, and this is what happening here. So you can able to see it. Let's refresh the page. Let's see whether the deployment is still going on. Yeah, so deployment is still processing. Till then, we can able to check on what all the other things that are available. So here is the test plan. As I told you, what is the test plan is basically where we can able to check whether what all the things are happening on your product or on your application. So here you can understand a lot of things. Like you can able to understand about like what all the things that is happening on your project or on your product that you have deployed, what need your attention. So you can able to do the complete part here. Here is the Azure repository where the complete code of your application is going to be deployed. Your pipeline is also going to be deployed here only. So this is the complete thing about the repos. In the pipeline, we seen there is two type of pipeline. One is build, one is release. So build pipeline was here and release pipeline is currently going on. So now you can able to see that the deployment is succeed. Let's see whether the deployment is happened or not. Let me just refresh this page. Okay, now you have seen that the web app is completely deployed on this platform. Okay, so the fun is doesn't end here. So what we said that let's say there is sudden change in the application happen. So how we can able to automate this process. You can also see that there is a lot of things that we have done. So every time if there is no CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment is possible, we have to do all these things manually again and again, which is very time taking process. You also know it. I'm also feeling bored like to doing this again and again. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to automate this, and it is quite simple. I don't have to do a lot of things. I'm just going on pipeline, sorry, releases. I'm going to open the release. I'm going to just click on edit. And here you can see the continuous deployment trigger. I'm just going to click on enable. I'm just going to close. I'm just going to save it. Now the continuous deployment is enabled. Now what will happen if there is some change in the code that is all that will happen? It will automatically going to trigger this complete pipeline process, whether from the code pipeline, that is the build pipeline, to the release pipeline, and the complete code is going to be deployed on web app. Isn't it cool? Like this is what we're expecting, like the whole process going to be automated so that we as a developer just focus on creating on the code. We don't have to think about all this automation process. So let me show you what going to do is I'm just going to open the code. In the code, I'm going on the pages. In the index page, I'm going to open so that we can make some changes and able to see that whether the it is going to be changes or not. Welcome to Azure. So I just made the changes. Welcome to Azure Developer Community Dehradun. I'm just going to save it. Here, I'm going to click on that, the changes where I have done. I'm just going to click on get. I'm going to do the commit. And I'm just going to write a commit message. Change on index. Index page. I'm going to do commit all. I'm going to push. So first, like there is a couple of changes that happened at the code. So first we have to pull the changes, like let's say the YAML file that we have created. After then only we should do the push. So I guess I did it wrong. Let's see whether that is going to be corrected or not. Okay. Okay. I guess the changes is made. Let's see. I'm just going to click on repos, open the repos. Okay. This is the web app. The web app, go to the pages, the index page. Okay, so the changes is made, right? So let's see that the changes is made. So what need to be happen? So based upon the CI/CD, how the CI/CD work, based upon their framework, there must be some pipeline, that is the build pipeline must be already created. You can able to say it. There is a 31 second earlier. There is a pipeline created inside that only, and it is still running. You can able to check it. So I didn't did it anything. I just made the changes in the code, and there is a complete pipeline that is running. So here you can able to see that the complete pipeline has run automatically, and it is added to the artifact. So now the build pipeline is run. What about the release? Where like do we need to do any release pipeline also? No. You can able to see at that time we did release 1. Now the release 2 is created, right? So now the artifact is getting added, and once the artifact will be added, it is going to create the going to deploy the code. So the complete process is automated. I didn't did anything. I just made the changes in the code, and the code is completely going to be do all the DevOps is going to take care of everything and going to do the deployment. So we don't have to think about the hassle of okay, every time going to click on do the build release, then go to the release pipeline to do the and then deploy it on the application. We don't have to do all these things. These things can be automated, and this is what we want. We don't want to do everything from scratch. We want to see that okay, because we are human, right? We want that something need to be done automatically so that we don't have to do a lot of work. So this type of approach, the cloud, Azure, DevOps can able to provide you so that you can able to get a lot of free time. I hope you understand it. So let's just see whether that changes is getting deployed or not. Okay, that's all. You can able to see that the change, like we have created a demo application. So what we did in the complete session, we have in the complete session, what we did, we first go through the what is DevOps, why the DevOps culture is important, and like why a person should study DevOps, because we know that there is a lot of things that DevOps can able to provide you. And in terms of market, like let's say there is people can ask you, okay, I understand that DevOps is important, whether the market this technology is in trend or not. Definitely, man, it is a trending technology. Everyone is using DevOps. Every company is adopting DevOps culture, whether it's a startup or a multinational company. Everyone is moving DevOps because of just not the easy thing that DevOps can able to provide. DevOps has other features also. If you read some DevOps related book, you will find DevOps is more about the culture rather than it's just a methodology. So I would highly recommend read about the DevOps. Every year they used to have the DevOps summit. You definitely attend, just not to understand about the DevOps as a product, but DevOps as a culture also. Companies are seeing these things whenever they are going to hire a fresher or any people in the industry also. So DevOps is adopting the culture, adopting the teamwork, adopting the collaboration, and these things you can able to learn from the community also. So here comes the picture of developer community, Azure developer community. So you, if you want, you can definitely join the Discord channel or other platform as your developer community, and you can interact with the people. It will help you just not to get the content like this to your hand or in your system, but also interact with some great professional out there. So that is pretty much all about the session. So thank you. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, so is there any question that is available?
Okay, so there are no questions as of now. So guys, if you have any questions, so please share your doubts in the comment section. So we will take your doubts regarding the community, regarding cloud, regarding DevOps. So any questions you have in your mind, please feel free to share your queries. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session right now here. And thank you, Shaurav. That was very nice session. It was very nice. Means you're delivering essence is very good, because I have seen such folks who are having an incredible experience, but their teaching experience, or they are not having that edge after teaching and explaining the things. But you got a very big area and you have covered so many things such in 50-minute session. That was incredible. So guys, if you have any questions, please let us know about this. Otherwise, we can just wrap it up here. And also, I would like to add some points to what Saurav said. Yes, we are doing some lot of initiatives in terms of boot camps, like sessions like this is. So our easy-ended boot camp. There are two boot camp scheduled for this month. Like one is starting from 22 of April, another is starting from 27th of April. You can participate in those boot camps, get certified. We are giving free certification vouchers too, so you can get certified. You can just get mentored by these experts. You can take help of these experts how to get certified. They will help you, definitely they will help you out in getting certified. So I would really appreciate, Shaurav, if you will share your LinkedIn profile in the comment section so that people can get connected with you also.
Definitely.
Yeah, till then. So also guys, we are if you want to organize any in-person hackathon, offline hackathon in your college, feel free to reach out to us. We are our initiative, the Great India Hackathon. We are doing 25 plus. We have done so far 25 plus hackathon in all over India, and we are just looking for some more offline hackathons. And we will look into your proposal, how we can help you out, and how we can collaborate as a community, and how we can make the hackathon or your event successful. So do check it. Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. So guys, so please connect with Shaurav so that you can just get some idea what work he's been doing now. He's what plays Microsoft. He the amazing best of luck for your future, sort of, for the amazing journey. And so
Yeah.
we don't have any questions so far now, so we can wrap up this session right now. So thank you, Saurav. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for giving your incredible insights. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. So I hope we will be coming soon, very soon. Tomorrow we'll be having multiple sessions. So see you soon, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you, Lakshay. Thank you, everyone, for joining for the session. Bye. Take
Thank
care.
you.